Okay, as we already know, we have a market correction, and in the coming days we'll see whether this is just temporary or if a bigger panic will set in and we'll get better prices. Definitely Taiwan Semiconductors, that's a company I'm also hunting for and waiting on. As someone here already told me, Jakub, on the live stream, that here back in November, I think I said it'd be great. I'd like it at $220. Well, as you can see, it's already at 320. So, like I said, it's not always the case that we hit the right moment, because looking at the Oracle example, that's a total miss. Then again, for example, Axum Therapeutics, or let's say Google, well, that's a completely different story altogether. The most important thing in all of this is the plan and the timing. We don't always get it right. But from what I've noticed, whenever something is waited out, it's a better moment than buying in a moment of euphoria or something like that, if I can put it that way. So Taiwan Semiconductors is being watched, and likewise the second company that's already being watched is Broadcom. These are two companies that could potentially enter the portfolio soon. And I also already mentioned, well, Netflix, but for Netflix, I'd want it at a price of 50. And there's no rule here, because while I could enter Taiwan Semiconductors now and not worry about it, I don't want to take Netflix now. Maybe at $50. Maybe that'll happen in a week, or maybe it'll happen in a year, or in 100 years. What I said a long time ago has finally happened, that it won't always be like this, where the market is, I don't know, a crazy roller coaster. We have corrections, some profits on certain companies given back, like with Microsoft, you can see where it was bought, where the price was, and where it is now. It's the stock market, it's about the long term here. And that's normal. Nvidia in the portfolio, Google, well, Google is still strong. Altria, safe haven companies have started to go up, so to speak. Dividend paying giants, calm ones, safe havens, except for United Health, which is the second company. Last week I talked about Oracle. There's a video on YouTube. If anyone hasn't seen it, go watch it. And I don't know if, I'm not sure if United Health won't join that line of thinking about Oracle, which are simply companies that don't meet my requirements, that I would never look at if I didn't have a portfolio. Those are two companies that might fall out of the portfolio. So in short, I'm sticking to the plan all the time, and I'll keep discussing it as we go along. Bond ETF. Well, here's Arista Network Bonds, US Bond ETF. Nothing's changing here. We're holding this all the time. Another giant that'll do well in crises. It'll do well in times of uncertainty. That's Service Corporation International. It was sideways for a long time. Finally went into the green. Axum Therapeutics. Well, that's already the same here. I don't know if you can call it the safe haven, but it's a different stock profile compared to what's in the portfolio. I mentioned that too. CrowdStrike, Oracle, Visa, which recently entered the portfolio. Visa is also more of a defensive company, so it's already in the portfolio. Amazon, as I said, I'm waiting for it at better prices. Taiwan Semiconductors, and then Broadcom, which is also waiting in line. Portfolio allocation, I said, luckily I mentioned that with Oracle. I didn't open a larger position on Oracle after those sharp drops. A small position, practically one of the smallest, so the portfolio volatility from Oracle falling is actually unnoticeable. It's worse with CrowdStrike because that's a large position. CrowdStrike is down 20% since the time of purchase. And that's how the allocation looks. The current amount on the liquidation account is 14,487. The deposit came in like every month. Dividend from Oracle. Oh, it caught the dividend from Oracle. And currently the account balance is 755. And that's practically it. If there are any questions, let me know.